Welcome to Church at Home. My name is Danny, and I am so excited you're joining me for Church at Home today. Our series right now is called Legendary, and legendary means something that is very well known, famous, important, and talked about often. Now I want you to take a second and think about something legendary. Things like Lego, Star Wars, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, YouTube, Mickey Mouse, just to name a few that pop into my head. All these things are considered legendary because they are things that people will remember and talk about even hundreds of years from now. And you know what else comes to mind? Jesus. He's pretty much the most legendary thing of all time. And that's why we're learning about in this series, what makes Jesus so legendary? And today we are looking at his power. That's why our big idea today is, Jesus is legendary because he has God's power. Now, sometimes when we think of power, we might think of something scary or big or strong like a thunderstorm or the Hulk. But God's power is good, and it comes from his love for us. That reminds me of a Bible verse. It's found in Psalm 145:8, and it says, "The Lord is merciful and compassionate, slow to get angry, and filled with unfailing love." Let's stand up and dance and sing that song right now.
Slow to get angry, filled with unfailing love. The Lord is merciful and compassionate. Slow to get angry, filled with unfailing love.
Jesus is God's son, which means he has God's power, but he didn't use that power for bad or to hurt people. That Bible verse tells us he is slow to get angry. He used his power because he loves us. Everything Jesus did was because of his love for us. And his love is amazing because it's unfailing, which means his love never ends. And in the Bible, we see that Jesus used God's power to do some pretty amazing miracles. Let's check out this Bible story to see what miracle Jesus did with God's amazing power. Watch this.
Stories of the Bible. Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead. This is Jesus,
Heyo!
who is the Son of God and the Savior of the world. While Jesus was on earth, he taught everyone about God's love. He did many miracles and healed people of their sickness. Jesus had a friend named Lazarus who was very sick. He had two sisters named Mary
That's okay.
and Martha,
Here you go.
who sent a message to Jesus telling him, "Lord, your dear friend is very sick."
So come on.
But when Jesus heard about it, he said, "Lazarus' sickness will not end in death. No, it happened for the glory of God,
What?
So although Jesus loved Martha, Mary, and Lazarus, he stayed where he was for the next 2 days.
All right, guys, let's go.
Finally, he said to his disciples, "Let's go back to Judea."
Are you sure?
But his disciples did not think this was a good idea because the people in Judea had tried to kill Jesus. But Jesus told them they were going anyway. He said, "Our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but now I will go and wake him up."
That'll be okay.
The disciples thought Jesus meant Lazarus was simply sleeping. So Jesus told them plainly, "Lazarus is dead.
What?
And for your sakes, I'm glad I wasn't there. For now you will really believe. Come, let's go see him." Thomas said to his fellow disciples, "Let's go too and die with Jesus." When Jesus arrived at Bethany, he was told that Lazarus had already been in his grave for 4 days. Many people had come to be with Mary and Martha because their brother had died. When Martha got word that Jesus was coming, she went to meet him. Martha said to Jesus, "Lord, if only you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now I know that God will give you whatever you ask." Jesus told her, "Your brother will rise again." "Yes," Martha said, "he will rise when everyone else rises at the last day." Jesus told her, "I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live even after dying. Do you believe this, Martha?" "Yes, Lord," she told him. "I have always believed you are the Messiah, the Son of God." Then she returned to Mary. She told Mary, "The teacher is here and wants to see you." So Mary immediately went to him. When the people who were at the house consoling Mary saw her leave so hastily, they assumed she was going to Lazarus' grave to weep.
Oh, let's go too.
So they followed her there. When Mary arrived and saw Jesus, she said, "Lord, if only you had been here, my brother would not have died." When Jesus saw her weeping and saw the other people wailing with her, a deep anger welled up within him. "Where have you put him?" he asked them. They told him, "Lord, come and see." Then Jesus wept. The people who were standing nearby said, "See how much he loved him?" But some said, "This man healed a blind man. Couldn't he have kept Lazarus from dying?" Jesus was still angry and he arrived at the tomb. "Roll the stone aside," Jesus told them.
Wait, hold on, Jesus.
But Martha protested, "Lord, he has been dead for 4 days. The smell will be terrible." Jesus said, "Didn't I tell you that you would see God's glory if you believe?"
Go ahead.
So they rolled the stone aside. Then Jesus said, "Father, thank you for hearing me. You always hear me, but I said it out loud for the sake of all these people standing here, so they will believe you sent me." Then Jesus shouted, "Lazarus, come out!" And Lazarus came out, his hands, feet, and head wrapped in cloth.
Hello?
Jesus told them, "Unwrap him and let him go."
Wahoo!
Many of the Jews who were there believed in Jesus, for he had raised Lazarus from the dead.
Wow. All Jesus had to do was yell, "Lazarus, come out!" And Lazarus came back to life. Because Jesus is God's son, he has God's power to bring life. Even Jesus himself was brought back to life with God's power on Easter. He has the power to heal, to do miracles, and raise people from the dead. Talk about legendary. But God's power wasn't just around during Bible times. It's still around today. We get to see that power too when we believe in Jesus and invite him into our hearts. The closer we get to Jesus, the more we start to see God's power all around us. Just look around outside the sun, moon, stars, trees, and flowers. All those things show us God's power in amazing, beautiful ways. Evidence of his power is all around us. We just need to look for it. Okay, We've been talking about some legendary things this week, which makes me wonder what legendary video game Jerry is reviewing today in the latest episode of Jerry Reviews. Let's watch this and find out.
Hey there everybody, my name's Jerry and this is the show where I share my opinions. There's nothing I love talking about more than video games, and we're gonna dive into some truly legendary ones over the course of this series. Welcome to Jerry Reviews, let's boot up. Greetings gamers! Thanks for checking out another episode of Jerry Reviews. I've been playing video games all my life, and one of the very first series I ever fell in love with as a kid was Pokemon. You can catch Pokemon, train them, and enter tournaments to battle against other trainers. It's a great formula, but the thing that keeps me coming back every time are all the new Pokemon that get added with each game. By now, there are some pretty legendary Pokemon. Pikachu, Charizard, Squirtle, Snorlax, those are the original 150 that I'm used to, but these characters are loved around the world and for good reason. Today I'll be taking a look at Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which are actually remakes of my favorite Pokemon games back in the Nintendo DS days. The bad guys in this one are Team Galactic, and you have to get through a total of 8 gyms. The legendary Pokemon Dialga and Palkia are on the cover of the 2 games. Team Galactic's evil plan is to use these 2 Pokemon to create a new reality, and it's your job to stop them. But mostly, you do what you always do in Pokemon games: catch Pokemon, train them, and enter tournaments. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl didn't totally blow my socks off, but I still had a lot of fun playing them. I don't love the updated graphics for the Pokemon, but the good thing is everything else feels pretty much the same. I wish it introduced some new features to improve upon the original game, but maybe that would have made it feel too different. Still, it was a fun way to relive my childhood a little. Overall, I think I'll give both games a 7.5 out of 10. Let's see how legendary this remake actually is. Let's do it. Ooh, oh, whoa, these graphics are really good. Okay, there's my mom. I see a Chansey. Let's try to leave the house. Twin Leaf Town, let's leave it, let's go explore. Okay, let's go talk to these people standing over here. Battling is the best way to learn. Can we get a battle with you? Ooh, yeah, let's do it. Okay, here we go. This is School Kid Harrison. Ooh, Abra. I like Abra. If you guys didn't know, Abra is one of the original 150. It's a psychic Pokemon. And let's see if we can show him who's boss. Chimchar used Ember. Okay, not bad. About 40% of his health. Whoa, uh-oh. Whoa, so it can hurt me with that attack and raise its own attack? That's dangerous. Okay, I gotta try to defeat him quick. Okay, here we go. Chimchar used Ember again. Yep, okay, there we go. I think one more attack and we got him. Oh no, he's using Charge Beam again. Come on, Chimchar. Chimchar used Scratch. We did it. All right, Abra fainted. Sorry, buddy. We gained some more experience points. Ooh, Bidoof increased. We defeated School Kid Harrison. Let's see, can I find a Pokemon? Ooh, here we go. Ooh, new Pokemon, guys. This is a Bidoof. Looks like it might be a grass type, which means Chimchar's got the advantage. Let's be careful. We'll use Ember just once. We'll see if we can weaken it. And we won. Oh, okay. Looks like we'll have to try to find another one. Super effective. Forgot about that. Okay, let's see if we can find another one of those guys. Yeah, we did it. Okay, here's a Bidoof. All right, let's try to see if we can catch him. Go, Chimchar. Okay, we've seen a lot of Chimchar battling. Why don't we just change our Pokemon? We'll try Bidoof. We'll give him a shot. All right, Bidoof, you got this. Bidoof versus Bidoof. Let's use Tackle. Whoa, what was that? That was a weird attack. Joke's on him. Okay, let's see if we can catch him now. Let's go to our bag, Pokeball, use this item. Okay, this would be our 3rd Pokemon. That would be exciting. Come on, come on. Can we get it? We did it, guys. We got it. Okay, so we got the Bidoof. Okay, let's go try to battle this girl. Here we go. Let's try our new one, just for fun. Let's try Taunt. That sounds funny. Ah, the Abra fell for the Taunt too. That's hilarious. Uh-oh. Oh, that wasn't nice. Chimchar, stay alive. You got this. Let's try again. And Ember. Ooh, we're close. One more attack. I think we got this. That Charge Beam. Uh-oh. Chimchar, you got this. Stay with it. Okay, final attack, we'll try Scratch. Come on, Chimchar. We just won that battle. That's awesome. I love my Pokemon. Although plenty of them are pretty cute, Pokemon are legendary because of their powers and abilities. But even in the world of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the humans aren't nearly as special. They can use the Pokemon's powers, but they don't have any of their own. Here in the real world, people have all kinds of skills and talents, but we're still pretty limited in what we're able to do. In the Bible, you get a few exceptions, but nobody was ever more powerful or more legendary than Jesus. When he came to Earth, Jesus was a regular human, growing from a baby into a child and finally into a man. In many ways, Jesus was exactly like any other human. He could feel tired or sad or pain like you or me, but even in a human body, he was still the Son of God. That means he carried the legendary power inside of him like no human ever had or would again. That's what allowed him to perform so many miracles during his time on earth. Much of Jesus' ministry was dedicated to healing the sick and helping people in legendary ways. One of the most powerful stories from the Bible is about Jesus' friend Lazarus. While Jesus was away tending his ministry, Lazarus grew very sick. He actually died. At one point, Jesus was so overcome with emotion that he wept for his friend. But what amazes me every time I think of this Bible story is what happened next. Lazarus had been dead for 4 days, but when Jesus spoke into the tomb, "Lazarus, come out!" Lazarus did exactly what he was told. He literally walked out of the tomb very much alive. Jesus showed that he is more powerful than death. By raising Lazarus from the dead, Jesus conquered the grave, and he would do it again when he himself rose from the dead after dying on the cross. Because Jesus is God's Son, he had his amazing power. And we can see his power around us even today. Just think of everything he made. Like when we look and see the stars in the sky, or the animals in the ocean, he made everything just by speaking. And think of the good things happening around us. That's from God. God's power is in it all. So what's one reason Jesus is legendary? Well, he's God's Son, and he has God's power. Well, that about does it for today's episode, but I'll have more for you in a week. I hope you're all able to make it back next time. I'll see you guys then. I'm gonna hop back into the game. Let's see if we can find one of those legendary Pokemon. Ooh.
That was awesome! Pokemon is definitely a legendary game, and it's all because of the Pokemon's powers and abilities. Without their power, the world of Pokemon wouldn't be quite so legendary. And that reminds me of Jesus. The fact that he has God's power is part of what makes him so legendary. With it, he did amazing miracles like raising people from the dead and healing people of their sickness. Just think, if you saw someone come back to life, you would want to tell other people about what you saw, right? Well, when Jesus did miracles, it got people talking about who he was and what he did, and that's how the church grew into what it is today. Jesus is so legendary that people can't help but talk about him and the amazing miracles he did. Well, friends, it has been so great hanging out, singing, and learning about the one, the only legendary Jesus with you today. And remember, Jesus is legendary because he has God's power. That means he loves you. And at SK, we love you too. And hey, we'd love to see you in person too, so check out our campus locations and find a Saddleback Kids near you. Don't forget, we have some awesome activity sheets, coloring pages, and even some stuff for your parents online at saddlebackkids.com. Check it out, and we will see you here next week. Bye, guys.